I don't know about you, but I'm having some fun with crypto right now. This is a Bitcoin chart. I'm going to actually break down the technical analysis of it all in terms of what's happening on this chart. That green rectangle being broken, a big deal for BTC, but also it's very simply a big deal for crypto in general. So even if you don't hold BTC, if you hold altcoins, what's happening right now in the markets is extremely important on the macro. I'm going to break it down, but check this headline out, everybody. Look at this headline. BlackRock's iShares Bitcoin Trust is now listed on the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation with the ticker IBTC. I want to start here and just discuss what's happening right now. This is huge breaking news. It looks like the Bitcoin spot ETF is truly imminent. I know it's kind of a popular word to use, but it is. It's looking that way. So hit the subscribe, hit the like. Let's break down this news. Let's pivot over to Bitcoin charts, break that down as simple, as quickly as possible. And let's start here with Eric Balchunas, breaking it down very nicely. The iShares Bitcoin Trust has been listed on the DTCC, which is the Depository Trust and Clearing Corporation, clears NASDAQ trades, and the ticker will be IBTC. Again, all parts of the process of bringing ETFs to market. Look at this. This is just developing very recently. So he goes on. I wanted to read this, thought it was kind of funny. IBTC is a boring ticker considering the options, but it fits BLK brand. They're more straight up the middle, and arguably better than something like HODL if the goal is to make it into client accounts of rich boomers who use wealth managers. So long story short, if we want those trillions coming in, one of those avenues via the spot Bitcoin ETF, maybe HODL isn't the best ticker. This is first spot ETF listed on DTCC, none of the others on there yet. Definitely notable. BlackRock is leading charge on these logistics, seeding the ticker DTCC that tend to happen just prior to launch. Imminent. Hard not to view this as them getting signal that approval is certain. Imminent. There it is, right there. So all of that happening, and it's kind of a big deal on crypto Twitter. At the same time, I saw this a little bit earlier. SEC commissioner says spot Bitcoin ETF should have been approved 5 years ago. That says so much, everybody. The logic for why we haven't approved a spot Bitcoin ETF has always mystified me. And it's just so true, everybody. But look at Bitcoin charts kind of in the last couple of weeks, green candles on the weekly. I want to break down what's happening in terms of a technical analysis move. I'm not going to show you a clip or anything, but this was me discussing probably a little over a month ago or so, this green rectangle. Potentially breaking that green rectangle. Actually, I'll show a quick clip. Check this out. That more, if Bitcoin's not going to just tease us on the short term, but actually do something meaningful to the upside on the midterm, we will see Bitcoin just exploding through this lower high Fibonacci. It's that lower high Fibonacci, everybody. This is such a big deal in terms of Bitcoin charts, and just look at how Bitcoin has moved. Now, I want to say, obviously, the narratives here are kind of game changing for crypto as a whole, but zooming out on the narratives, meaning the good news about potential Bitcoin ETF and the positive anticipation that is there, zooming out on that, we have been saying time and time again, because I've been bullish, because I've been positive and optimistic about crypto in general as far as cycles go, and the consistency of cycles repeating. I mean, look at this bottoming out of the bear market in comparison to the last bottoming out of the bear market, right in between halvings. I've been saying it's historically, decades upon decades of data, historically, the year before the recession, in this case 2022, usually the worst for markets. And so far, this is playing out very well. You can see Bitcoin, if we go to just January, Bitcoin up from like 17,000 right now to around 31,000, almost $32,000 for the year. There's been a lot of people that are just kind of like, the macroeconomic landscape is not going to allow a bullish crypto type of move. And all during that, those comments coming in, look what Bitcoin has accomplished throughout the year. Now, if we go back to the Bitcoin charts, it's one daily candle, right? We're finally breaking through, and the daily candle's not over yet. I mean, we have 3 hours left of this daily candle, but it's one daily candle thus far where Bitcoin has broken this trend line to the upside, this say 786 line, very confluent with the $30,000 kind of more mental area. We've seen this as a very key area where Bitcoin has gravitated towards before, whether that's resistance, right here in April 2023, or we can go all the way back here in the bull market. So support at $30,000 in 2021 in the bull market, right? So no matter what it is, very key mental area, Bitcoin right now in the daily chart, escaping that area. So this is really kind of developing. Look at the daily candle right now for Bitcoin. So I'm curious to see how the daily candle closes. We still have 3 hours, meaning what happens in the next 3 hours. If we go to a 6 hour to get a sense, obviously it would be nice just to see green candle after green candle, get more separation from that $30,000 area. But this general area that Bitcoin is breaking above, what we want to see, obviously, the next few hours would be great. More just extension away from that area, meaning higher highs, higher lows on the short term. But either way, whether it's now or maybe few hours, tomorrow, after going higher, what we want to see, if there is a retracement, is support at this area. Higher, low support. This is the flippening of the charts, right? On the macro, it always starts on the very zoomed in. So you can see how it would be a higher low for Bitcoin. But if we go and we look at the weekly, well, what's happening? That would be a higher low, the flippening of the cycles, the flippening of the charts. What I really wanted to point out here, and this is, I should have started with this on the weekly, is the very fact that in terms of the consistency of Bitcoin and crypto markets in these cycles, this move out of the bear market low and then right kind of down above that 50-week moving average is exactly what we saw in that last cycle. Almost, even from a time frame perspective, if you look at these red rectangles illustrating the time frame similarities, it almost played out exactly the same. And I'm not saying that that was guaranteed to happen, but just look at this right now. And Bitcoin right now, if you look at the current weekly candle, this is going to be big weekly news. I don't know how the week is going to end. There's still 6 days, 4 hours. But right now, this weekly candle it has the highest weekly close in a bullish atmosphere, meaning non-bear market atmosphere, all the way back here. The highest weekly, on pace to the highest weekly close since January, or I guess this is December 2020, right after the bull market started. That is huge. And that's probably a good macro analysis for another video to dive into that data. But that happening right now at this stage of the Bitcoin cycle and the crypto cycles is huge. And I want to say this right now to anybody holding altcoins. Bitcoin's doing very well right now. Bitcoin dominance is kind of cruising to the upside. If we actually look at it right now real quick, we're looking at Bitcoin dominance right around 52, almost 53%. Nice move on the weekly chart. What I want to say though, in these environments, it's not uncommon for Bitcoin just to show a sign of strength, especially if it's solely Bitcoin positive news, in this case an ETF. Bitcoin showing its strength, right? And then all of a sudden, Bitcoin takes a break and altcoins show their strength. It's a matter of taking turns. And then when the altcoins are taking turns, the altcoins truly are taking turns. You'll get one altcoin moving and the rest doing nothing, and then the next one starts moving. And this is just how I've seen these crypto markets move over the years. And I'm very simply anticipating that to happen again. I don't know if it's going to happen. It's not guaranteed, obviously, but this is just the way that I see these charts. These things never cease to amaze me. And everybody, if you've been watching my technical analysis, even just as we've been tracking this move out of the bear market low, everybody's so bearish and negative. I've been bullish because historically, tracking these charts and tracking these moves from this perspective of consistency, right, in these cycles has played out very well for me. And I'm just going to continue doing that while being careful to the downside. But that's what I'll be watching for. So curious to see how the shorter term $30,000 area of support holds for Bitcoin if there is retracement. But right now, this is huge news, which is to say this spot ETF looking really good. iShares Bitcoin Trust been listed on DTCC. Let me know your comments and thoughts in the comments below, everybody. And if you're not a subscriber, please hit the subscribe. I don't know what you're waiting for. I'm trying to bring this news, this analysis to you as quick as possible. So turn the notifications on, hit the like. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.